Welcome to Harvey's Weekly Football Show. We're here on Nighthawk Radio. To listen to Nighthawk Radio, go to nighthawk-radio.com. You can also check out Nighthawk Radio on YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, YouTube Music, everywhere you find great podcasts at. And we got a new show that's coming up after us, man. Beyond the Mats. Their show debuts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Beyond the Mats. Shout out to Beyond the Mats. It's the MMA show, and I'm glad to have them part of the Nighthawk Radio family, Harvey. How are you doing tonight, Harv?
I'm doing okay.
Yep. So let's get into some games, man. Overall,
We're doing pretty good
I know
overall.
overall you're one up on me in
And you went up on
NFL,
me. Yeah,
and I'm one up on you in college. So
yeah,
we're doing really good. And you
yeah.
said, how would we do in NFL last week, brother?
Uh, in NFL, I went 7-2. You went 6-3.
That's not bad. What about college, man?
You went 10-5, and I went 11-4.
All right.
They were some good games.
All right, man. We got a decent game Friday. Got number 8 Florida State 3-0. Traveling to Virginia 3-1, 7 p.m. on ESPN. Florida State 6.5 point favorites. I'm gonna go Florida State. Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm going with Florida State. Florida State, what you say, a tale of two seasons. They wasn't like this last year, but
Well,
they've been proved a lot. I've been impressed with how they've been proved. So I'll pick
yeah.
Florida State.
Well, I think it's all about having the right quarterback. Last year they
Yeah,
had a pretty bad
that's right.
quarterback. Now they
Yeah,
got a decent one,
yeah.
and they're on the right track for sure, man. All right, Harvey. This is Friday night as well. We got the red hot TCU number 24 Horned Frogs 3-0, traveling to the Sun Devils. Arizona State 3-1, 9 p.m. on Fox. Arizona State somehow is 2.5 point favorites. I'm going with the Horned Frogs. TCU is going to be 4-0.
I,
Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm telling you, I've seen both of them play, and Arizona. I mean, that could that really is a pick'em game. So I'll still pick TCU.
Well, we got a decent game right here too, man. Starting out Saturday, 12 p.m. on Fox. We got number 21 undefeated 4-0 USC Trojans traveling to number 23 Illinois 3-1. USC is 6.5 point favorites. We also got to take into effect that it's going to be 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for
Wow.
USC.
Yeah,
So I mean they're coming here and but they're used to it being 9 instead of 12. So
yeah.
that could be affect a little bit. A lot of people talk about that, but I'm going with the Trojans. Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm going with USC, and I'll tell you why I'm picking USC. Indiana just literally stomped Illinois last week. That
Illinois
was
has a really good team though.
They still got a good team, and Indiana. Not, Indiana ain't getting no recognition. Indiana's good too. Yeah, Illinois still got a good team. I mean, they need to just forget about that game and go on and concentrate on this. But I still think USC is just a little bit better.
Yep, they got a really good coach, Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, and I
All right,
really think it's going to be more than 6 points. I mean, at least two touchdowns.
yeah, we got another interesting one. This is a pick'em game as well. We got number 22 Notre Dame 1-2 traveling to Arkansas 2-2, 12 p.m. on ABC. Notre Dame is 3.5 point favorites. I'm going with Notre Dame. Who you going with, Harvey?
And I'm going to have to pick Notre Dame too. I've watched Arkansas too, and their fans are not happy with Arkansas right now. So
Eh,
I think Notre Dame maybe is right going to right the ship.
that's an interesting game though for sure.
Yeah,
All right, man. We got 3-1 Rutgers traveling to Minnesota 2-1, 12 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. Minnesota is 4.5 point favorites. Uh,
that's a tough one.
I'm gonna go with Minnesota. Who you going with, Harvey?
That's who I'm going with too.
All right, man. We got Louisville 3-0 traveling to Pittsburgh 2-1, 12 p.m. on ESPN2. Louisville is 3.5 point favorites. I hate the Cardinals. I'm going with Pittsburgh.
Okay, well that'd be what we different on. I said I watched Louisville twice. I know they didn't play their schedule yet. Right now, this is a game that's probably going to test see how good Louisville is. Yeah.
Yep. All right, man. We got 3-0 UCF traveling to 1-3 Kansas State. 12 p.m. on FS1. Kansas State somehow is 6.5 point favorites. Um, I'm going with UCF though. Who you going with, Irvin?
I'm gonna tell you what. I don't know what's going on with Kansas State. This is the worst beginning I've ever seen from them in a long time. But they play some tough teams too, ain't they?
Yep.
But I'm gonna pick UCF.
Yep. But
They're playing good.
don't be surprised if Kansas State does win though. That's
I
just
wouldn't
a
be
tough
surprised
game to
one bit
pick.
Kansas State wins.
That's just a tough game to pick, brother.
Yeah,
All right, man. We got two undefeated teams. We got number one team in the nation, Ohio State Buckeyes, 3-0, traveling to Washington, 3-0. 3:30 p.m. on CBS and Paramount Plus. Ohio State is 8.5 point favorites. I think Washington's better than what people is giving them credit for, but I'm going with the Buckeyes.
I think
He
in the
goes
end,
on.
Ohio State will pull it out somehow. But if it's, I want to tell you, if it's a real close game, Washington might pull the upset. But not would be not be an upset. But if it's a close game, I will give the nod to Washington. But I think if it's a blowout, Ohio State will blow them out.
All right, man. We got two undefeated teams in the SEC. Got number four LSU 4-0, traveling number 13 Ole Miss 4-0. 3:30 p.m. on ABC. Somehow Ole Miss 1.5 point favorites. Oh man. Um, I'm impressed by LSU. I'm going with the Tigers. Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm going with LSU too right now. I like Mississippi, but it'll be tough.
That's a tough one, man.
But I picked LSU.
Yep. All right, man. We got number 11, 4-0, the Indiana Hoosiers, traveling to 3-1 Iowa, 3:30 p.m. on Peacock. Iowa 7.5 point favorites. No, Indiana 7.5 point favorites. I apologize. Um,
I
I
can
picked
see
against them last week. I'm going with Indiana this week. Who you going with, Harvey?
it'd be hard to pick against Indiana when they're playing right now. And then
Yep.
watch Iowa win. College football's unpredictable, you know that.
Yeah. Especially this year, brother. All right, man. This one is crazy. We got number six, Oregon 4-0, traveling to number three, Penn State 3-0, 7:30 p.m. on NBC/Peacock. Penn State's 3.5 point favorites.
But I don't.
I like
That's
Penn
tough.
State. I'm going with Penn State. Who you going with, Harvey?
That's who I'm picking. Penn State too. Tough. We got some tough games. This may be the toughest week we got.
It has been definitely. This other one's crazy. You got
Yeah.
number 17, 2-1, Alabama Crimson Tide, traveling to number five, Georgia 3-0, 7:30 p.m. on ABC. Georgia's 3.5 point favorites. What a rivalry this has been. But I'm not picking against Georgia. I'm going with Georgia.
Yeah. I want to tell you that I'm saying if Georgia wins this game, Alabama may be done for the rest of the season. I'm serious. I
Um,
picked Georgia.
I think Alabama could, even if they lose, they'll be like a top 25 team this year. But they're not going to the playoff. They're not going to be in the playoffs.
If
You're right.
they lose this game, they definitely have the playoffs.
All right, man. We got 2-1 Kentucky Wildcats traveling to 2-2 South Carolina. 7:45 p.m. on the SEC Network. South Carolina 6.5 point favorites. I don't like South Carolina being 6.5 point favorites. Um, I'm gonna pick Kentucky, man. I'm picking Kentucky, brother. Who you
Okay,
going with, Harvey?
I'm going to pick South Carolina. Kentucky ain't proved nothing to me yet.
They've not proved nothing to me
But
either,
South
though.
Carolina's
So
played some. They're 2-2, even though they play some tougher teams. So we'll see. You know what? Anybody can win that game too, but you never know.
yeah, this game right here is on the list because it's a pick'em game, man.
Yeah,
I was looking
Yeah,
at it. It's only
yeah.
2.5 point difference
Any,
supposedly.
anything maybe under a touchdown or a field goal is definitely pick them.
Yep. So we got San Jose State 1-2 traveling to Stanford 1-3. 7:30 p.m. on the ACC network. Stanford is 2.5 point favorites. I like upsets. I'm going San Jose State. Who you going with, Harvey?
Wow. Yeah. Well, since we picked two, we'll pick a third different. I'll pick. I like San Jose State, but I like to see that happen too. But I'll pick Stanford.
All right, man. We got a pretty good team right here. Number 25, kind of under the radar too. Number 25 BYU 3-0, traveling to Colorado 2-2, 10:15 p.m. on ESPN. Got a late one, man. BYU 6.5 point favorites. I'm going with BYU, man. I'm impressed with BYU. They got a good squad. Who you going with?
I've always liked BYU's programs there, even football and basketball. I've always liked them.
So you're going BYU?
Huh?
You're going BYU, right?
Yeah, oh yeah,
All right,
yeah,
man. You ready for the NFL?
yeah,
All right, man. We got the Seahawks 2-1, traveling to the Cardinals 2-1. Thursday, 8:15 p.m. on Prime Video. Seattle is 1.5 point favorites. This is a good game, man, for Thursday night. We've had last week's game was I mean you had
I'll tell
Buffalo
you,
and
you got some
Miami.
good games this week, man.
Yeah, you had Buffalo and Miami last Thursday, but this Thursday night game is good. With that being said, I'm going with Seattle. I like Sam Darnold. Who you going with there?
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks too.
They looked pretty good last week. I know they played
Yeah,
at the worst team in the league though, New
yeah,
Orleans.
yeah,
I watched a little bit of that game. Hopefully Cooper Cup gets the football. Thank you for giving me Cup. Nah, he's not. He's been terrible this
yeah,
year though. He's been terrible.
yeah.
All right, man. So we actually got a Dublin game. We got the Vikings 2-1 playing the 2-1 Steelers 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on NFL Network and the NFL Plus. Minnesota's 2.5 point favorites. There is no home team. I love to see the Steelers do bad. I'm going with the Vikings.
Me too. That's one of that's one of those scratch your head games, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna pick the Vikings. I like Vikings. I like the Vikings. Uh, Vikings is my fantasy defense team, and they scored. They had 30 points. They had 30 points this week for me on the defense, but I don't think it do the Steelers that way though.
No, but I think that's a very interesting game, and I think it'll be
Yeah,
close. That's a
yeah,
really good game, man.
yeah,
And you're right. I think we got some. These international games usually have pretty bad teams playing each other, but this is
yeah,
two decent squads going head to head.
yeah.
All right, man. We got the 1-2 Browns coming off the upset against Green Bay, traveling to Detroit to play the 2-1 Lions. 1 p.m. on Fox. Detroit is 8.5 point favorites. I'm going with the Cleveland Browns. I'm picking with my heart. Go Browns. Who you going with, Harvey?
I think you know who I'm gonna pick. Uh, I'm going to tell you, I seen the Lions play awful terrible against the Packers the first week, but since then, I mean, the last few days, weeks, they put the points up. So I know the Browns have got a good defense, but will it be enough? I don't know. But the Lions have got a lot of weapons, but you don't never know. I never thought the Browns would beat the Packers, so anything can happen. Uh, I'll pick the Lions though.
They're saying the Browns have possibly the best defense in the league.
Yeah, they if they had a if they had a well old saying goes if they had a quarterback like they used to have, they would have probably been better than this. You got to have an offense to go with your defense too.
Yeah, but Deshaun Watson was going to save the day. He's doing great. Deshaun Watson's doing awesome. Um, don't even get me started on that douchebag.
You can't. He can't fault Flacco. He gonna do the best he
Oh,
can.
I ain't blaming Joe Flacco.
Oh
I'm blaming
yeah,
Deshaun
oh yeah,
Watson. I'm
yeah.
blaming Jimmy Haslam, the Cleveland Browns owner,
I
the
believe
worst
that.
owner in the league.
I believe they need to just uh, let Flacco mentor Sanders.
Sanders. Sanders,
The
the
best he
future,
can.
man. Dylan
I
Gabriel
yeah.
sucks. Dylan
I think
Gabriel is shorter than me. I'm
I
short.
think you know what I'd already started. I started him. I'm starting.
Yep. But that's why the Browns are the Browns, and that's why the Browns
Yeah,
are never going to win anything until we get new ownership. Truth's the
yeah.
truth.
We know
Jimmy
somebody else is
Haslam.
like that too.
Jimmy Haslam is the worst owner. Well, him and Jerry Jones are tied for the worst owners in NFL.
ever.
Maybe in sports.
Ever.
Maybe in
I
sports.
well, I would have said that. Well, George Steinbrenner, bless his heart, he passed away. George Steinbrenner was the same way when he on the Yankees, and he finally got some sense and let Joe Torre manage that team, and he sat back, got the players, and they won like four straight World Series, all because he backed off and let them alone.
Yep. That's what we should have did with Baker. But
Oh yeah.
and speaking of Baker, let's go with the 3-0 Eagles traveling to the 3-0 Buccaneers. That's at 1 p.m. on Fox. Philadelphia's 3.5 point favorites. I like the Bucks. Baker Mayfield is probably my favorite player in the NFL. For obvious reasons, he's a Cleveland Browns hero. Um, he should still be our quarterback.
Uh,
I'm going with the Eagles though.
uh, like I said, they're the defending champions. So somebody knocking them off, they're still going to be favored to win every game, probably.
Yeah. Um.
Hard to pick them.
Speak
Hard to pick against them.
Definitely, man. Speaking of bad ownership and bad football teams, what look at the Giants, man. What they did with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is possibly an
And
MVP candidate.
He's hot for Indianapolis now.
Yeah, and so that's why I mentioned him because we're actually getting ready to pick his game. We got the 3-0 Colts traveling to 2-1 Rams. 4:05 p.m. on Fox. The Rams are 3.5 point favorites. I'm going with Indiana Jones. I'm going with the Colts. Who you going with, her?
I want to go with the Colts, but I don't know. I'd like to see the Colts win, but I'm going to pick the Rams. But Stephen A. Smith, I seen that it was either yesterday or today that he had the Rams, not the Rams, but the Colts as one of his top five teams right now after 3 games, which
They
I
look
can understand that.
they look good. Indiana Jones is a good quarterback, man. He's went from Danny Dimes to Indiana Jones.
You you have to have somebody to help you out too. 2/3 of the time, it's not the quarterback. Most of the time, and it's not your quarterback. You have to have somebody to go with that quarterback.
Definitely, brother.
Most quarterbacks are good.
Yep.
Most quarterbacks in the NFL are good quarterbacks, but it's all who you got built around them.
Yep. I think Sanders will be a
Oh yeah,
top 10
he
quarterback at
should.
some point,
Yeah,
but he will not be a top 10 quarterback on the Cleveland Browns. You know
true.
why? The Browns could have Patrick Mahomes and somehow mess it up.
Yeah, yeah. It
Mm.
is mind boggling.
Yep. All right, man. Tim Couch is another one we messed up. I don't even want to. I can go on and
Oh.
on. That's not Tim Couch's fault. The Cleveland Browns are a sorry organization. I mean, I love the Cleveland Browns, but the Cleveland Browns suck.
He
Okay,
probably,
enough.
I mean, he probably could have been a good. I don't know. He just didn't have nobody with him. I mean, he
Hmm.
probably would have been a good quarterback, but you got to have somebody go with him.
Yep. All right, man. Speaking of surprises, I'm surprised both these teams are 1-2. Got the
Yeah,
Ravens one
yeah.
and two traveling to Kansas City 1-2. 4:25 p.m. on CBS. Baltimore's 2.5 point favorites. Lamar Jackson always chokes against Kansas City, Josh Allen and Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going with Kansas City. Who you going with, Harvey?
I went with the Chiefs too. Then they're not doing great on offense either.
Oh, I'm not picking them because the Chiefs are a great team. It's because Lamar Jackson sucks in big games.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying Lamar Jackson sucks. He's a great quarterback, but he's terrible against Kansas
I
City.
just don't know about them. They got the talent too.
Well, Harvey, I know this game's going to be kind of depressing for you, just like the Browns game is for me. We
Precedent.
got the
I think it's
two.
going to be an easy pick.
I know that, but that's your team. We got the 2-1 Green Bay Packers traveling to the 1-2 Dallas Cowgirls. 8:20 p.m. on NBC. Green Bay is 6.5 point favorites. Green Bay by a trillion. Where you going with her?
This game we played last week, Cowboys beat them.
Don't know about that.
Yeah, but I will pick the Packers. I mean, I can't get on their band as Dallas Cowboys band, but they're hurting in all different directions.
They're a
They ain't got no
terrible team.
defense.
No,
They got an
their
offense.
defense couldn't stop me and you. I
Did
could throw
CC did
touchdowns to you.
well? Did CC Lamb get hurt?
CD Lamb, yeah, he did get hurt. He's out next week.
It makes it
He's
even worse.
out. He's out 2 to 4 weeks, I think.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. So
that just
that's an
makes it even
L.
tough for
That's an L for the Cowboys. All
him.
right, man.
Yeah.
We got the Jets 0-3 Monday Night Football. Traveling to Miami 0-3, 7:15 p.m. on ESPN. Miami's 2.5 point favorites. Miami's in trouble. I'm going with the Jets. Who you
I
going
think
for?
I would. I think the Dolphins gets their first win.
All right. I think this one's easy
They
to
played
pick.
good enough to win. This past week they just didn't. I mean, they didn't. But that they they played pretty well. But I don't know. It'd be a
I
good
think
game.
this next game is easier to pick for sure. The Bengals are 2-1, traveling to 1-2. Denver Broncos, 8:15 p.m. Monday Night Football on ABC. Denver's 7.5 point favorites. I'm going with Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos by a million. Who you going with, Art?
Oh, I have to go with the Broncos now. Unless I just don't think who they got as quarterback in Bengals. I mean, he did win that game one game after Burrow got hurt, but now I mean. You watched that game last week. I mean, Higgins didn't get the ball much. Chase didn't get the ball much, and Brown didn't get the ball much. I know they're who they played, but so they're in trouble. I mean, they're in a world of trouble.
Cincinnati looks like the worst team in the league besides the Saints.
Yeah, well, maybe that. I mean, you like I
And the
said,
Titans. The Titans are really bad too.
yeah.
You know who's really bad this year? That's a surprise. The Texans.
This has got. Yeah, you're right. But they got their best running back ain't in the game. That hurt. But
Yeah,
still,
I think.
that
Uh,
probably hurt. That's a big reason.
yeah, I think the Texans will get their first win Sunday though. They play the Titans. I think the Texans will win that game.
Yeah. If they don't, they are in trouble.
If they lose to the worst, one of the worst teams in the league, they are going for
Well,
top 10 draft pick.
even though they might win that, I hope Pollard has the field in running against them.
He probably will the way they've been
But
playing on
he's
defense.
about the only good thing they got.
Uh, they got Ridley at wide receiver, Cam Ward at quarterback. Cam Ward, I think he'll be okay.
Well, like I said, I think he'll make a good quarterback, but you got to have somebody to help him.
That's
Well, you
very
better
true.
if you ain't got you ain't got an offensive line. If your offensive line, if you ain't got a good offensive line, it's a wrecked ship.
As they say, shit's gonna hit the fan.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it's true. It's
Definitely,
true.
man. Definitely, brother. Harvey, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody listening. Um, appreciate everybody that's checked out Nighthawk Radio. Um, I'm honored by how many people has viewed it and how
Yeah,
many people continues to
it's
watch
been
and stuff.
amazing. Yeah, it's been
It's
amazing.
been fun, Harvey. It's been fun, and obviously I had fun with you on Unfiltered Nation as well.
Yeah,
That's always a very interesting show. And that's on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on nighthawk-radio.com. Shameless plug, you know. Got to plug our shows in. You can also check out Awakening Radio every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Seth's Daily Podcast every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Harvey's Weekly Football Show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, we need to get James Mullins on here to pick with us.
yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, come on, James. Picks with us, man. All right. And Jason Smith as well. And Jason Smith's rooster, too.
Yeah,
uh,
I may see James Mullins. He may come down. He may come. He may be in. I might see if he does. I'll ask him if he wants to do it. But I don't know where he will.
well, he likes Kentucky, and me and you don't, so.
Well, I want to tell you, he likes football. I'm pretty sure I know he likes basketball more, but he
He
likes
does. He's a
football.
Kentucky fan of football, which I am too. But I'm not a basketball fan at all.
Now Roby Earl, Roby was a huge football fan, huge football.
Dallas Cowboys, man.
Oh
Me and
yeah,
Earl talk football all the time, man. He actually did fantasy with me. Shout out. I miss Earl, man. Shout out to him.
we used to get out on the highway having their football and had like three or four on each side. And you had like a two hand touch, flag football. And Roby and James, they come up there and played right in front of my house. We had to watch for cars though too.
Hey, there wasn't much traffic back then.
No, it would. It really would. You
Nah,
couldn't do it today, but I wouldn't do it today.
nah. Well,
I
you couldn't.
do it
You're
today
old as the
anyway.
hill.
Yeah, I know it.
Hey, I want to thank you, Harvey, man, and my prayers go out to you and your family.
Okay.
Um, and my prayers go out to Earl's family as well, because
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Miss
I'm
him. We
yeah,
miss
I
him.
miss I miss Earl definitely, man. One of my favorite people to interview. Just one of my friends, man. He was my friend.
I think he would have. Yeah. I mean, it was his time to go, but I believe he would have probably started picking more games with us. But that's the way it goes. I'm glad we. That was that was the last time that I got to talk to him was that show we did.
I talked to him about 2 days before he died, man.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah,
Yeah, and that was probably like a week before he died or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, his interviews still live on. You can check out his interviews.
I enjoyed what he was doing. I mean,
He
that's
had,
amazing.
he did a great job with
Oh
Bigfoot
yeah,
and doing the football
oh
show with
yeah,
me and you.
oh yeah,
I wanna I wanna shout out to
yeah.
everybody that's listening. Check out nighthawk-radio.com. You can check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, YouTube Music, Radio Cult app, Live 365 app. You can check out Harvey on OnlyFans. Everybody have a good night and God
Uh,
bless.
yeah.
God
Great.
bless everybody. Thank you.
Okay.
God's always king. God is king, man. God is good. God is great.
Yeah.
Everybody have a good